Good morning, everybody.
No, that's Annette. Hello. Hi. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Mamacita.
Hello.
Hi,
Good
how are
morning.
you? Good morning.
How you doing? Dariel, nice to meet you.
Martin.
Carmen, how you doing? Good morning. Vamos a
Good
cerrar
morning,
esto
good
aquí,
and you?
entonces. Good, good. Aquí, you know how we had a recent change in the date. It was supposed to be tomorrow when there's training here in Miami Lakes. And aquí todavía no creo que va a haber nadie. So in the meanwhile, what I could do is if no one else joins on, I'll just give you a call and then we can spend some time on our one-on-one.
Okay.
Déjame ver. Now we got Jeremy. What's up, Jeremy? How you doing?
Doing great, brother. How about you, man?
Doing great, doing great. Thank you so much for joining on. So I want to see, because there's not many people here in the office. Normally here in the Miami Lakes office, people come for training on Thursdays, and tomorrow they're doing leadership headshots. So we had to move it to today. But either way, I can leave it open as we have people joining on. We'll leave it open for questions, and we could do a one-on-one with a lender kind of thing. And if you have any questions as far as cold calling, or if you attended the first training, we'll take it from there. What kind of questions you guys may have. Cuando termines, Laura. Cuando terminemos. So you guys, so Carmen, you were part of the cold call training part 1, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that was.
And Jeremy, have you attended any of the cold call trainings?
No, I saw that you guys had the first one in, I believe, in the office, because I was trying to look for some sort of Zoom link or something. I couldn't find it, so I had work because I have another work, a part-time job, so I wasn't able to attend that one. But I was hoping to probably get some info on this one.
Okay, cool beans. So let me see what we could do here. Hang on. Let's just give it a couple more minutes, guys. Let's see if a couple more people join on. Let's go ahead and start at 11:15, okay?
Okay.
All right, 1 second. Correct.
Y lo que dijiste de los hashtags, ¿cómo es?
Los hashtags, yo lo copio de las notas. Ahí en las notas tú pones tu caption y abajo le das return, aquí abajo,
Sí.
return, papá, para dejar un espacio y abajo pones los hashtags. Hashtag realtor, hashtag,
Y el caption que viene siendo.
el caption, ya lo que tú quieras poner de video. Exciting news, everyone. Today we're launching, no sé qué, y ella lo
A ver,
pone.
No, wait.
We're talking about social media content here right now. Trying to help everybody out as much as I can.
I hear you.
Leo jumped on. Welcome, Leo. All right, Leo jumped off. Guys, I know it's uncomfortable, but if you can put on your cameras, I don't like talking to pictures. It feels very uncomfortable. ¿Cómo está? We're going to be doing kind of like a little bit Zoom, a little in person. I know that you saw it here, pero como que cambiaron el schedule. Mañana es que estaba supuesto ser, y entonces hoy lo cambiamos para hoy, y hoy no es el entrenamiento cuando viene todo el mundo. ¿Entiendes? There you go.
I'm here.
Thank you, Carmen, for
I'm
being
here. Just
coachable.
that I'm at work.
A ver, let me put
If let me.
audio up. They keep coming. They keep coming.
I'm gonna just finish eating real quick and then I'll hop on the video.
Sorry, I can barely hear you. Let me see. Is it
So you're
because of
gonna
my
do it on
audio?
Zoom, right?
I have my volume all the way up.
Yeah. I'm starting eating
I
right now.
can't hear you.
So as soon as I'm done.
What's your name again? Miami Rafi.
Can you hear me good now? Hello, hello.
10 Natalie.
Es Nasaji.
¿Ah?
Nasaji.
Nasahi.
Ah, miren.
Yo no conozco otros.
Nasahi.
Yo conozco other ones, but not like you. How you doing?
Yeah, because so Alicia sent me to do it via Zoom and also in person. Pero bueno, we have, guys, we got the rest of the fam here starting to join little by little.
A little 5 minutes or something, and then we can kind of go from there. Man, people could think of
All right. Welcome, welcome. People are still coming in. That's why I said 11:15, because I know my people here in Miami Lakes. You could be on time, but if you're in Miami Lakes, there's always a like 15-minute delay.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Look very nice. All right, so. Sí, bueno. Claro, no, tranquila. So today we're gonna be, I have a couple people joining on. Hello, Idalis, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. I want to see why in the world my audio, I hear you guys speaking, but the audio is very, very low. I have it, oh, there's a way of putting it. There you go. My bad, Jeremy. It was my fault. Now I can hear you guys much louder.
Got it. No, I was just saying that I'm eating right now, so as soon as I'm done eating, I'll hop on the video.
No worries, bro. No worries. So as people keep arriving here at the office, I just wanted to let you guys know the whole purpose of today's training is going to be to implement some of the things that I taught in the cold call training to your warm market. And I also want to keep it open as far as any general questions, keep it open as a Q&A for specific lending questions that you guys may have. So let me put myself over here so everybody can be here. Cafecito?
Yes.
Why not, huh?
Yeah.
Here you go.
And that's
Let me get ready now.
Are you far from here? Yeah, we all need a little coffee in our lives.
Right.
Switching spots.
Yeah, no, because over there, it'll be a little difficult. But here, at least you guys will be able to cover that. Leave the rest of it real quick.
No, I think he's just gonna do it live and then, well, the link, I think they sent the link on the lifestyle one. For the training? Yeah. Are you gonna go in here or you're doing it both, right?
Yeah, I just left the Zoom on there. And then I'm gonna be kind of talking to you guys here in person. So who has not been to the first phone call training?
I'm sorry, they sent the link for Zoom.
The Zoom is not in the one.
I think I saw it now.
Yeah, go on the app,
Yeah, I'm in the app. but-
okay, and then you're gonna go to the top left where the little things are.
Yeah,
You
I see it now.
Events, you see it now? Perfect.
I see it now.
Awesome. Thank you guys for your patience. Let me actually pull up here on the TV, the other presentation.
Rob,
Yes, sir.
I just got it.
Oh my, you for real?
Yeah, what I asked,
Estás mal.
that's what I did 20 minutes ago.
Telling you.
In an Android.
It's an Android to iPhone problem.
No, it's a T-Mobile problem.
Yeah.
Miss Mama Dawn in the house. Thank you guys for joining on.
Good morning, friends.
What's up? What's up? So we
Hi.
have Zoom and a couple of
Yes.
people here in person, okay? So just bear with
Um,
me. If anybody has a question at any point here, just scream and I can hear and come and answer for you, okay?
Amazing. Will do. Thank you, Dariel.
You got it.
Awesome.
All right. So who was part of, has any, you guys, I don't think you guys were part of the, and neither, and I almost forgot your name already.
Yes,
Natalia?
Doesn't matter.
Natahi. That's a super cool name. I love that. Okay, so we originally did the cold call training part one. And just a little background for those of you who don't know, my partner Johnny and I, we worked for American Express for 4.5 years, and our one and only job was to cold call business owners. Typically, they were all either millionaires, in some cases billionaires. And we were cold calling these people with one objective, to sell them an American Express card over the phone. So hopefully your job is not that hard because you don't need to get a social security number of a millionaire over the phone, right? Your only job when it comes to learning the skill of cold calling is one and one thing only, is lining up appointments, right? You guys are blessed to be in a really good brokerage that offers you endless amount of resources. One of those is being able to get leads and teaching you how to acquire more leads. And when it comes to getting leads, communication is a huge key. So what did I learn in that experience? It was very simple. It was a lot of very little you think not important, how to take it to the professional level. Okay, Johnny, we're actually trained we were trained by a guy named Dan Chan, who was practically getting paid almost like 50 grand a week to train us for a 1-month training. So you have an idea. And it was a group of 30 of us. And every single month, your job's on the line. Working for a Fortune 100 or Fortune 10 company. At the time, Amex was, I think, ranked number 3 of the best companies to work for in the United States. So, they call it the golden handcuffs. You're in corporate America, they got you. You can't really become, financially independent, but you can make just enough money to get by, right? And I wanted to say, you know what, when I'm, as a lender, coming into a brokerage and bringing value to you guys, anybody can close a loan, on time. And most people have pretty good communication, but what are some of the things that we can bring value to you guys? And by doing these trainings, hopefully you guys can learn and implement some of these skills to your career. So when we were talking, what's up, brother? No, you guys, huh? So- Ya veo, ya veo. So entonces, what is the objective? The objective is on the original training to teach people how to cold call. And I can send you guys a deck if you guys want. I'll have my contact information and I can send you the deck so you can start seeing what we are covering here. And I wish you guys that I could put it on the Zoom where you can also see it. But also, if you guys want on the comment section, give me your emails if you don't already have the deck for cold call training, okay? So like that, you can have at least the original. So what was the objective of cold call training is teaching you guys how to stay on a roadmap. When you're having a conversation, the person who is asking the questions is the one in control of the conversation. So let's say you're calling a for sale by owner lead, or you're calling an expired listing. You know, most people are like, all right, jacked up, they come in and they go, here are the leads, now what are you gonna do? You know, how are you gonna contact them? What are you gonna say? What is your pitch? And I'm telling you, with something as minuscule as a 5-minute phone call, there's a lot of things that can go right and a lot of things that can go wrong. Okay, so this right here, I'm gonna also give you guys copies of this. I don't, you know what? I don't know if I brought enough today for you all, because this was just part 2.
Just email it, don't worry about it.
Huh?
Just email it.
Yeah, I can email it to everybody. Either way, who doesn't have our contact information cards? You have one? You have one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's this one, right? So I think I had it from the last one. Was it from the other training?
The other training? Just in case. You can have a.
Yes, I have, right.
Right, that's the email.
Good.
You can email to us and then we'll go ahead and send this deck. So look at how detailed a call can become, right? So the whole purpose of part 1 was to have a general understanding of the skills that you can do when it comes to a cold call. But today we're not gonna be talking about that. So I'm just gonna switch the, okay, you know what? Let's leave it in resources. Let's keep it here and then everything here from here on is just gonna be interaction between both of us, okay? So as you guys start coming in, some of you are new to this industry. One of the things that you'll hear from any top producer is that CRMs, okay, customer relationship managers, are non-negotiable. Okay, unless, you know, you come into this industry and you say, I want to be a spare timer. Who quits their job? Who decides to go to school, get the licensing and do all of this to do this career spare time? Is there anybody here that does that? Okay, so that's not the goal. The goal is to, if you're gonna say, I want to make good money part-time in order to eventually become a full-time, that's one path. Some people, you know, Alejandro, he freaking cold turkey, left his job and now he's producing here full-time. But you have to commit to whatever it is you're gonna do. And CRMs are non-negotiable. Why? Because the efforts that it takes, the communication that it takes, the consistency that it takes in order to create a nice pipeline is gonna require organization and punctuality and a commitment to make these calls. So who does not have a CRM? You don't have a CRM?
At the moment, yeah.
You just don't, okay?
I know exactly what it is.
Right? Okay, so very, very important. If you do not have a CRM, then how do you expect you're gonna be contacting your people? So do me a favor, everybody who does not have an iPhone. Okay, listen, we just won, you're gonna be the person today we're gonna be talking about.
I like it.
So, guys, so whoever does not have a CRM, please, you gotta jump on a CRM. It's super, super important. What have I uncovered over myself, the experience of getting a CRM and talking to multiple people that they're like, yeah, I know what a CRM, I know I need it. What did I uncover was the #1 pain point? Converting your contacts into a specific, it's called a CSV file, and then uploading them to the CSV. So that's the most complicated part. And I can teach you guys today exactly how to do that in like 5 minutes, if you haven't already done that. So who needs help converting their contacts to be able to put them on a CRM? Anybody here? You can unmute yourself if you have any questions. All right. Sounds good.
I'm good.
Awesome. Awesome. So that's gonna be the most important part, how to convert those leads. If you have any questions with that, I can send you also an email with literally step-by-step instructions how to do that in 5 minutes. Now, what's the goal? You have,
Because you don't own the home.
you know what I
No, but I'm like, for the sense of, could you be able to?
Okay, so what have I noticed that most people, when they come into this industry, right? You don't want to tell everybody that you're in real estate. You tell some people, but you don't tell everyone. Well, why is that? It's because of the fear of failure. It happens all the time. You're afraid that you're gonna tell everybody I'm in real estate, and then 3 months later, you're like, I'm not in real estate, now I'm doing something else. Right or wrong, it happened to me, you know what I mean? But imagine if you were gonna open up a little coffee shop that runs you about $4 grand a month to run, that can make you like $8,000 a month. Would you not tell every single family member of yours, I have this little shop, please stop by, we have cafecito? You would tell everybody, okay? You have to really have that pillow talk with yourself and decide if you're really, how committed you are to this industry. When you are, I assure you, anybody, I've seen people in a 90-day run explode. It's very capable. I don't care what market, you know, you're in or what market we're not in. Guess what? Every single day, someone's closing on a house. So why can you be part of that transaction? What are the actions that you're gonna need to take, you know, advantage of and really push to be able to get that activity? And it comes down to our phones. How many contacts? You guys know how to check how many contacts you have on your phone? Okay, go to your contacts if you have an iPhone. Okay, I'm sure most people, Samsung, if you have Samsung, chances are you're more tech savvy than most of them. So if I say, that's the one, right? I'm not wrong on that one, trust me. I know everybody who has a Samsung knows exactly like how to figure everything out. So very simple. How many contacts do you have on your phone? When you click on an iPhone on the right where all the little A through Z, there's a number, a hashtag sign. Click that and it's gonna take you all the way to the bottom and you're gonna see how many contacts you have.
You're still working on
it? How many do you have?
1,007.
1,007. That's actually done.
Oh, there it is.
Look, there it is. There you go.
Oh,
Well, we have to do like 7 different steps to get to. How many contacts do you guys have on your phone? Look at how many contacts you have, right? So what is the objective when you upload all your contacts into the CRM? The goal is for you to be able to separate these people into 3 categories. 3 categories. Did you find it? Ralph, you're still trying to figure it out. Because it's loading, it's loading. He knows like 7.2 million people in the Tri-County area.
Déjame decirte que
I got so many contacts, it was loaded.
There you
Yeah.
go, there you go.
people in the CRM.
There you go. No, Ralphie's already in he uses the same CRM that I use. So very simple. Your goal is to separate your entire contact list into 3 people: hot, warm, and cold. Hot, warm, and cold. That's it. All right. So once you have all your contacts in the CRM, you want to separate into 3 buckets: hot, warm, and cold. Who's hot?
The one that is gonna buy.
Nope. Nope. Keep them coming. Give me options. Who is hot when you're separating all your contacts? Your sphere of influence. Okay. So what is the objective when you're doing this, guys? You're not trying to call everybody that you know to try to sell them real estate. That is not the objective. The objective is to cultivate relationships. Okay. I see it time and time again. Everybody's like, bro, you were flipping burgers yesterday. Now you're real estate. You're going to call me when you haven't spoken to me for 5 months. That you want me to freaking buy a house from you? You know, put yourself in the shoes of everybody that's in your contact list. You got to put yourself in the shoes of all the people that are in your contact list. So when you separate 3, all you want to know is how much of a relationship you already have with these numbers. There's going to be in the cold, you can actually trash them. Right, you're gonna see Papa John's if you save it, like a bunch of random stuff. That's garbage. Cold could be someone you met at a networking event, somebody that was referred to you a year ago. There's plenty of examples. I put in mind some of my neighbors. I know them, they're there, but we say hi and bye when we're walking the dog. That's it. But it's still cold. So once you have them separated into 3, what is your objective? You want to work from the path of least resistance. So we're going from cold call training to how to maximize warm call training. Okay, so now it's the complete opposite. Why? Because this is a skill you need to learn. And when you're coming in new, you don't need to have all the skills ready because you have alternatives. Okay, this is to not discourage you from calling your hot market. This is once you already have contacted your warm market, then you have other avenues of how to generate more leads. Does that make sense? Okay. You guys have any questions so far? You guys hearing me good? Audio's good? Awesome. So that is your only objective. You're separating into hot, warm, and cold once you have all your leads in the CRM. Okay. And once you have that, if you don't have it, you know, you're not as tech savvy. I'm not tech savvy at all. I have Johnny there on the line as well. He's the one that taught me how to do all of this. Okay, just send us an email or schedule a one-on-one with your lender and we'll show you exactly how to do it. It literally takes 5 minutes, okay? So now we're at the step that you have the CRM, you already have all the buckets broken down, okay? Why is it important to cultivate relationships? Because people don't care that you're in real estate. I'm sorry to break the news, okay? No one's like, I'm looking to buy a house in this market and I know that the only person that's gonna help me is Rafi. You know, as good as Rafi can be, as long as he's known, people they care more about themselves than they do about anybody else. Okay. Now, when you've been establishing relationships for a long period of time, like Rafi, now that people call you Rafi, hey, I need to listen, man. My wife and I have been looking to sell a house, but they already know you. This is something that when you're brand new into this industry, you need to create, and it takes time. This is not like Instagram. This is not, you know, like a microwave. Nothing here is instant. Results come after you pay the price. There's never going to be anything on discount. Okay. The more mentally prepared you are to go to battle, the easier the war will be. Does that make sense? The more you prepare yourself to go to war, the easier the battle will be. You can't expect instant gratification in this industry. So how do you do this over a period of time? Okay. You're looking to obtain four different things from each person that you contact, whether you're contacting from hot or you're contacting cold. Okay. You want to know their family life. Okay. That's number one. How you been? How are the kids? What's going on with you and your cousins? I saw you at a wedding. Anything that can be able to be relatable. Family, occupation, very important. What are you doing nowadays? I just got off the phone with a buddy of mine. I spoke with Chuck, Johnny, and Chuck moved out of the state. You know what I mean? His career took him out of the state. So you got to know these things about the people that you're contacting. So what are you doing for work? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you excited about new things? Is it a new business? What's going on? The big people in the house.
How are you?
What's up, brother? Welcome.
We just dropped things in the area, man. Sorry to interrupt.
No, man, it's never an interruption. So, ahí hay cafecito también if you want to keep a copy. All right? So now you know things about their family, things about their occupation. Now, what do they do for fun? Okay, there's going to be a bunch of people in your contact list that you're going to be reaching out to that they're, you know for a fact that they're, motorcycle enthusiasts, or that they're like super big into sports, or they love, doing some kind of, outdoor activity, whatever the case is. Now you have three very important things. And what's the last one? The last one is going to be really so you have family, you have occupation, okay, you have things that they do for fun, and now you're going to be probing around practically anything else that you can relate with them. How it got back to your relationship, right? So how did you guys meet? Did you meet them at a networking event? Is it cold? Is it hot? Is it a cousin? You got to know how to differentiate this. Now, as you're contacting these people on a daily basis and building relationships and reconnecting with people, what is your objective? What do you think your objective would be? What do you guys think your objective would be when you're contacting everybody that's on your phone from hot to cold? You feel free to unmute yourself and say something.
Try to get some sort of an email address.
What was the question?
Now that you have everybody separated, okay, in your CRM from hot to cold, and you're contacting these people, you're trying to find out these 4 things about them, right? What is your objective? Is always ask for help. You're not calling to sell them. You're calling to let them know once, hey, I promise you, when you're asking somebody, oh, about their job, they're doing this or doing that about their job, you know what they're gonna ask you? What are you doing for work? And that's your avenue. And guess what you're gonna do? It's the law of take it away and they will want it more. Hey, listen, I'm not calling you about, you're not calling them to let them know that you're letting them know that you're in real estate. You're calling to genuinely find out things about them, things about their family, about their occupations, what they do for fun. And now when you ask them, hey, listen, I just started, I'm glad you asked what it is that I'm doing. I'm in real estate. It's been going very well for me. I'm super excited. I'm in this new industry and things are really heading in the right direction. And I'm learning like crazy. And this is my shot at what my future, the future that I would want. This is the vehicle that I feel is going to get me there. I wasn't happy at my job. I hated my job. As a matter of fact, I'm still working on my job and I want to get out, whatever your case is. Right? And now when you say, now that you bring this up, do you know anybody who's looking to buy or sell? If you know anybody that's looking to buy or sell, please let me know. And you know what Johnny and I have uncovered? That a lot of people are going to be like, forget anybody else. I'm looking to buy or sell. But you earned that because you followed up, you talked to them, you sent them nice messages. You can also do handwritten messages, a nice little card. You would be surprised how far that goes. But you're following up to genuinely know about these people. Now that you know the relationship and you built, you take them up to a nice coffee or lunch, or you meet with the family at a barbecue, or whatever the case may be, now you earn your right to ask for business. Okay? You don't know anybody who's looking to buy or sell, right? And then a lot of times that's when people are going to say, it's me. And then what are you doing as you continue to cultivate? If you had a CRM, you could do drip campaigns where you're sending them happy birthday, where you're sending them Merry Christmas, or where you're sending them Happy Hanukkah, or whatever the case is. The CRM helps you organize. What is your job? Your job is to speak to the masses. The more amount of people you speak to, the better. So why in the world, it breaks my brain, it doesn't work. Why so many people with 1,000 contacts in their phone are contacting all these cold people? For that, you just go door knocking or print out a bunch of flyers and send them somewhere and waste all your money. You have your contacts. Cultivate your sphere of influence. And I assure you, it is literally a 90-day run. The more effort that you put into this, you'll be surprised with the results you're going to get, because the people that are in your phone one way or another, it's not cold anymore. It could be, kind of cold, but it depending on the conversation, right? But for the most part, when you're contacting these people on a daily basis for a long period of time, you're going to blow up. I've seen it time and time again. The perfect example is San Juan. San Juan is one of our mentors. He's the one that does all the hard money lending for Dayland Difference in PRMG. He's a long-term friend of mine, brother from another mother. And he was one of the first realtors to join Lifestyle, right? And this guy went from getting fired at his job to being very successful in this industry, to say the least. And how did he do it? He gave himself 3 months. He said, I'm going to open up my phone in paper. I'm going to write down all the people that are hot, all the people that are warm, and all the people that are cold or / miscellaneous. And what did he do? Hey, I just want to find out how you guys have been. I know, listen, address the objection. You got to address the objection right up front. What are you going to do? Hey, listen, man, I'm sorry. I dropped the ball. I haven't contacted you in a long time. Life gets busy and I dropped the ball. How have you been? And what are you now probing for? How's the family? What are you doing for fun? What are you doing for work nowadays? And now you're earning the right to be that person with the credibility. Now, when you ask them on the second or third time that you're speaking to them, and you say, hey, man, I forgot to ask you on the last call. Do you know anybody that's looking to buy or sell? Follow me on Instagram. Okay? There's no better accountability to your work ethic than you putting your face on there on a daily basis. Okay? Johnny and I are actually very close to crossing 100 days of working 7 days in a row. And I don't feel it. I feel more excited and jacked up than ever. Why? Because I am doing something I like. Okay? What is the alternative? What did you do prior?
Dental, I used to be in the dental field.
In the dental field, and you?
A lot.
A lot of different
Primarily
things.
AT&T, I worked at a call
In
center.
a call center?
Corporate office, yeah.
Okay, so one actually worked in a call center, my friend. And I actually applied and they denied me. And was it the one on Flagler in Miami?
Yeah.
Okay, my parents lived right behind it. So I've been looking at that building my entire life, right?
That's.
What did you do prior to real estate?
Nothing, home.
Home?
Taking care of
Okay, well, so now you have different options. That's actually probably the better scenario. I don't see myself going back. I worked in ambulances. I was a firefighter paramedic. And I don't want to see ever again the things that I saw with my own eyes that no human should ever see. The things that are out there in the street, that scares me more than getting on the phone and asking people, hey, how's your family? You know what I mean? You gotta pick your poison, guys. I see a lot of people complaining. Oh my God, the market. Oh my God, the interest rates. Oh my God, this. And then you look at the facts and the reports, and there's so many people making so much money. And you don't have to go far in this very brokerage. There's people making close to $100,000 a month. Okay, it's doable. It's very doable. I just saw somebody in the West Palm office cash out a check for $108,000. That's life-changing money, guys. It's out there. And guess what? It's not in all the people that you know. It's in all the people that they know. If you have 1,000 contacts, 3 referrals, that's 3,000 people. But you have to get in front of these people constantly. And don't do it by chasing the money. The money will come when you're good, when you're honest. When you speak to people, right? Like out of your heart, you genuinely want to know what they're doing. You know, what are you doing for recreations? What, let's hang out. Let's go to the football game together. Let's catch up. And guess what? Momentum is what's going to get you to the success. How do you create the momentum? It's kind of like the saying that they say, what's the fastest way to get yourself out of a hole? You stop digging, okay? So what are you doing that's digging you into the hole is lack of purpose, lack of, drive. And a lot of times it's not even that, it's lack of a strategy, a plan. And I'm telling you, the resources are there. There is no secret sauce to this industry. It's called work ethic, right? That's the secret sauce. But if you have the platform, you guys have the system, you have the plan, you follow that plan, it's a matter of time that you're going to succeed. I wanted to show you that this is the resources for those that haven't seen it. These 3 guys, you got Ricky Caruth, Grant Cardone, and Brandon Merlin. These 3 guys are incredible in the sense that they will make you very uncomfortable very quickly. Why? Because there's so many people making money out there. There's no reason why you cannot. It's just that you don't either know what to do. We get analysis paralysis. Who's got an analysis paralysis? Right? You get here, you get the orientation packet. It's this big. You got to line out the logins, the credentials, the join this app, the join that app. It's a lot of things. Plan yourself and time manage, and you got to put into. I'm not saying don't do those things. I'm saying you need to have a schedule in your a time in your day that's a money-making activity. What is a money-making activity? Cultivating relationships. If you guys are focused on your headshots, any kind of marketing material, downloading an app, creating usernames and passwords all day long, is that going to make you any money? Zero. Okay, money-making activities. Plan your day. Early in the morning, I'm going to knock all my emails out. I'm going to knock anything that doesn't make me money. So when I'm at a certain period of time, what are you doing? Hey, Bob, how you been? How's your family? What do you do for fun nowadays? Rinse and repeat. Do it again and again and again. And as you add them to your CRM, because you listen and you implement these kind of things, now you have notes on this. And these notes are saying, Bob said that his kid, had an injury and was at the hospital. Now you're calling him back, hey man, I just wanted to check in, how's your baby? Right? It's all in relationships. Some people got this completely backwards, and you know what those people do? I've seen top producers that are like that. But the moment they get sick, the moment they stop working, you lose all your momentum and you're starting from scratch because you're always chasing the money instead of chasing the relationships, because you could be sick and you could still be calling your neighbor, hey brother, how you been, man? Right? Because you're chasing relationships. You want to build relationships. And guess what? Over a period of time, you could be like someone like Ralphie, that you wake up and you got 3 missed text messages. from last night, somebody telling you, Rafi, I'm interested in buying. And the referrals now are coming at you faster than you can think. Why? Because it's all in your phone. It's in your market. Okay? These people already like you, care about you. Hopefully, and this, okay, the common sense rule still applies. If you have bad credibility and you're a bad person, this may not be the easiest way. I don't think anybody here is like that, okay? So any questions with that? Any questions? Okay, so now we're gonna do some role playing. Okay, we're gonna do a couple role plays here on Zoom. Okay, it's time to get uncomfortable. If you're comfortable in your chair, I'm sorry. Okay, it's time to get uncomfortable. All right, and we're gonna do a role play. Okay, I'm gonna be the next door neighbor that you've seen 3 times this year. Okay, who wants to volunteer, or I will volunteer you? Okay, there you go. So I am your neighbor, okay, which you see me every now and then, and that's about it. And you have my phone number. How would you initiate that conversation? Hello,
Hey, and hey, Robert, how you doing?
I'm doing
I
great.
haven't seen you walking the dogs.
I
Do
know.
you know that I have a pig now?
No, you have a pig?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's very cool. Is it one of those like that you keep it as a pet, or you're trying to
Yes, it's one that you.
find
can
your
have
next
to-
meal?
The girls are going crazy with him.
Okay.
So what's up with you? I haven't seen you, so are you feeling okay?
Yeah.
Is everything okay?
No, believe it or not, everything's okay. I'm just working from home, you know. Ever since the whole COVID thing, now I work from home, so I barely go out as much as I should. But yeah, what's going on with you?
No, not much, but actually I have great news for you. If if you ever need a realtor, I just got my license and I'm starting selling houses.
Okay.
And I'm doing rental too as well.
Let me
You
tell
know.
you 1 second, because I'm getting a phone call on the other line. I'll call you back, okay, neighbor?
No problem.
Click. What did we just say? You want to focus on the relationship first. Did you find out about my family? Did you find about what I'm doing for outside of work, being bored as hell in my house, working from home? Did you find out about my occupation? Oh, you're working from home? Perfect. What are you doing for work? ¿Me entiende? So now, did you guys hear that? Were you guys able to hear that? Okay, she went straight for the jugular, right? I have great news for you, right? I'm now licensed in real estate and I can help you buy or sell a home. Negative. So, but let me tell you, thank you for being brave and volunteering, okay? Because let me tell you, it's always very uncomfortable. And guess what? You're gonna get comfortable at being uncomfortable if you're willing to pay the price. Okay, it was super uncomfortable for me to role play in front of 300 people. Okay, working at Amex, dressed in a suit at 8:30 in the morning when my brain was still a little hungover from the previous night. I'm not gonna lie, that's true story. Okay, so the brain works like a muscle. You need to warm it up. It's good if you guys can join together. Maybe Rafi can put together a power hour, and people start creating that office environment. I love you guys for joining in Zoom. That just means to me that you guys either were doing something else and couldn't make it, but you're still putting in the effort to join on. But I always encourage, there's nothing like the office environment. There's nothing like being together with people, listening to people, saying some crazy stuff. And you're like, wow, I like that. Let me write that down. Yesterday, I was in the West Palm Beach office. Johnny's there in the West Palm Beach office today. And there was somebody in the cold call training room. They actually have a cold call training room with a code. Do not disturb. If you go in there, you're cold calling. You're not. Yeah, cold call training. Ahí vamos a poner Rafi in.
Do not disturb.
Right? Vacant. Or what is it? Or taken. Right? So what was happening? You heard her giving a call. So, one of the agents was there, and we're all just talking about mortgages and the rates and stuff while she was making cold calls, and everybody just goes, wow, did you hear her? She freaking put this guy on his shoes. You know what I mean? He sat him down, told, and what did she do? She lined up an appointment. She comes out, hey, everybody, oh my God, she lined up an appointment, brand new agent. And she had the bien puesto to make the phone call, and it was completely cold. And then you know what I did? I said, why are you doing cold calls? Okay, is that the only thing you're doing? Yeah, no, I'm cold calling. Okay, but why? Let me see your phone. And I go right back to it. Okay, I love the fact that you're doing cold calls, sprinkle it in. time management, making sure you have a little bit of time to do that, a little bit of time to do warm market. But if you do not have this, guys, it's a it's a very rough road ahead. Okay, very, very rough. Okay, have you contacted everybody that you know?
No.
Why?
I would say I'm occupied, but it's just an excuse.
Right. There you go. Good. Good to be honest, because you know I was gonna get you one way or another. So, thank you for being honest, because I was gonna make you honest. I know him already for a minute. So very important. Now let's do another role play. I'm gonna call you. I am your ex coworker from your. What was the last job you did? Más o menos. Spanish. ¿Quieres hacerlo en español?
Okay.
Okay. So, ¿cuál fue el último trabajo?
Restaurante trabajé.
¿Cómo se llama?
Whole food. Enchiladas.
Enchiladas. Okay. So, entonces yo era uno de los bartenders ahí. Y una vez te cambiamos teléfono como todos los empleados hacen, para si tú me puedes cubrir el shift o yo te cubro el tuyo.
Okay.
Y no hemos hablado en un año.
Okay.
¿Ok? Ring, ring. ¿Aló?
¿Cuál es tu nombre otra vez?
Mi nombre es Dariel.
Ajá, okay.
¿Aló? Hey, is it Spain?
Hola,
Hola.
¿cómo estás, Dariel?
Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Y tú?
Muy bien, ¿cómo te ha ido?
Muy bien. Aquí, tú sabes, todavía en la pinchita trabajando.
Qué bueno, ¿todavía de bartender?
Sí, sigo aquí el bartender. Espérate, que estoy en el teléfono. Dime.
¿Cómo? Sorry.
Así, listen,
I
one
know.
thing I learned, una cosa que aprendí, cuando uno está en presión, la cabeza se acuerda mejor del escenario que si no tienes presión.
Okay.
That's psychological. So, esto no
Okay.
se te va a olvidar porque tienes presión.
Okay.
Entonces,
¿Cómo está tu familia?
la familia bien, tú
¿Y
sabes,
los
ahí.
niños? Que
los
me
niños.
enteré que tuviste gemelos.
Sí, tuve gemelo. ¿Cómo te enteraste? ¿En Instagram?
Sí, te sigo en Instagram, no sé si te había dado cuenta, pero vi que tuviste gemelos hace poco, hermosos.
Sí, gracias a Dios, ahí están, tú sabes, he estado aterrillado con eso, pero es una bendición, es una bendición.
Y entonces, ¿cómo estás haciendo? ¿Trabajando los días completos o estás trabajando también en el otro lugar que me
No,
has dicho?
sí, estoy ahora, imagínate, hay que hacer dinero, no he parado, tengo que conseguir el otro trabajo que te había mencionado.
Ajá.
Y me va de lo más bien, pero sí, ahora estoy trabajando mucho. Tú sabes que los Pampers cuestan caro y ahí son dos. ¿Qué más? Ok. Mira, te estaba dando, aquí ahora vamos a hacer, ya vamos a pasar
Pero,
ahí.
ok.
Ok, vamos a pasar. So you guys heard that in Spanish?
People to ask
What happens is,
what I'm doing.
right, so what happens is, eventually, you're gonna be talking and you don't have a roadmap. It's very important for you to write down what some of these questions are and what are some of the things you're gonna be asking, right? Because then you have, it sounds natural. You're not just winging it. Right now, this is winging it because we're doing on the spot, right? But you're gonna learn over time how to have that rhythm. Once you do it with one person, the second person, by the fourth person is no longer uncomfortable. And you're gonna be doing it, right?
Okay.
So listen, I'm glad that things are going well for you at your job. I actually, I had to move on from that because it was driving me crazy, the hours are driving me nuts, whatever. So I actually now I'm doing real estate, so I wanted to ask you for a favor because you're the popular person there at work. Okay. I'm reaching out to all my sphere of influence, my friends. Okay. And I was hoping you could help me out. If one day maybe I can drop by and drop you off a couple of business cards, just keep me top of mind. Any friends or family that may be looking, to purchase or anything, I would greatly appreciate that. Okay? Is that something you can help me with? It's uncomfortable to ask for help. And let me tell you, when you ask for help, the human mind, unless they just came out of death row alive, that most people are naturally gonna say, yes, let me help you out. I just walked out of a Walgreens the other night. It was like not the best neighborhood. And there was a gentleman outside and he was there nice and quiet. You could tell he was gonna, ask for money or whatever. And as I'm walking by, he goes, man, you look sharp, bro. And I'm like, oh, thank you, man. He's like, bro, would you be able to help me? He just left it wide open like that. I'm like, oh shit, this is a great salesperson, And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm sure. What can I help you with, man? He's like, bro, I don't want money. If you could buy me something to eat, bro, I'm starving. And I said, give me 1 second. Went right back in, grabbed him a little meal. but he asked for help. And I wasn't planning on helping him, to be quite honest with you. Okay, I'm not a philanthropist, but I do have a heart. And most people, when you ask them for something that's not monetary, it's just, I'm gonna drop off some business cards and you can let people know. You remember the person that used to work here? She's now in real estate. And now in combination, you're stacking the odds, guys. You're stacking the odds. When these things start happening and they're in combination with your activity on social media, you're remaining consistent. You're constantly in the office. You're constantly documenting to people that you're working, okay? There's so many listings just in lifestyle, and people share their listings all the time. Just say, I got a new listing, okay? My team got a new listing, okay? If you're interested, boom, and you're constantly putting activity, money-making activity. And when you're reaching out to these people, hey, listen, so tell you what, I wanna, catch up with you. I know you're very busy. When's a good time that we can maybe swing by and have some coffee, and I can give you some of my business stuff. Okay. You know what most people are actually gonna do? I'm actually renting right now. Let me ask you a question. I've been meaning to ask somebody. And boom, and right there, you're calling them to find out what's in their mind, what's in their heart, as a priority. And guess what you're gonna trip over? A lead. Is this making sense to you guys? Okay. So who is going to have, because this is one thing that I'm talking to all the managers. I'm not here to create a movie for you guys and then you leave out of here and that was a good movie and continue. Okay, knowledge is power. You guys heard that? That's BS. Applied knowledge is power. If you don't apply anything that you learned today, you just saw a commercial from Vice City Lending, right? You just saw a commercial from Vice City Lending if you don't implement any of this. Applied knowledge is power. Okay, so if you feel still, because it's happened to me, if you guys still feel like, wow, after this information, breaking down my contacts, putting them in a format that I'm not tech savvy, I don't know what to do, into a CRM, which I don't know what CRM, there's 100 of them. Then I gotta break them down into 3 different sectors, cold to warm to hot. Then I gotta contact them to ask them 4 things about their life. You can still very easily get analysis paralysis. Schedule your one-on-one with Johnny and I. And we will grab you by the hand and be able to push you in the right direction, okay? Because this is not something that you're gonna learn overnight. It's just that when you start implementing it 1 foot in front of the other, okay? Where can you be 90 days from today? All right? So now what I've been talking to the managers is I wanna hold you guys accountable, okay? I am not your boss. You are your own boss. Right? We're not, when I say hold you guys accountable, is the next time I see you, okay, I'm gonna ask you, how is that going? Oh, I know, I've been in the people business for a long time. I can look at you and I already know with your look, I'm like, oh, she hasn't done her list. Trust me, I've been doing this for a minute. So it's very important for you to implement it, get them comfortable, ask questions, reach out to the resources you have, okay? And then once you're contacting the people that are willing to help you, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna make the first very move. It's the icebreaker. Hey, I just made 3 or 4 phone calls. And look, I got a result. I'm asking them for help. And they actually referred me 2 or 3 people. And now I got 2 or 3 people that I can reach out to. And guess what? You don't know what to say. You're brand new. You don't know what to say? Contact one of your leaders, whoever your upline would be. Hey, Ralphie, I got somebody. Now you told me go out there and get somebody. Now I got somebody. What do I do? And then it's all about using the resources that you have. Okay. Now I'm going to open up the floor to questions. Okay. Give me scenarios. What if? You guys can also unmute yourself if you have any questions. Thank you, Johnny, for answering on the group chat some questions. So if you have any questions, what would be a scenario that you're like, there, what happens if I do this? Where do I go from here? Hit me. A lot of times it helps if you take a deep breath, oxygenate your brain, and now you brought yourself right back to reality. Because then you're oxygenating your brain, now you can think clear. Because this is a lot of information. I know it's a lot of information. Okay?
Are you waiting for me?
Yes.
Basically, I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you, for you, for you. Okay, and for all of you, I'm waiting for everybody. Give me a question, a scenario. What if you were to really ask yourself, why haven't you already done this? What would be the most logical answer?
Why you haven't?
already taken this step?
Fear of rejection.
Fear of rejection. Okay.
I battle with that constantly. That's
Right.
like my biggest thing is just like, oh no, or they hang up on you, or or they're not interested, or whatever the case is. It's just
Right.
kind of like that
Very
approach.
hostile.
Huh?
We're very hostile.
Yeah.
very
Well,
hostile?
I think the hostility, like he's in the call center business, so a lot of my issues is that I tend to talk more than what I should instead of letting the other party talk. So people get a little like, hostile, or it comes off probably.
Like, why is this,
strong,
like,
like,
where are
very
you getting
strong.
to,
Yeah.
right? Best solution for that, because as you can tell, if you don't shut me up, I will talk here 24 hours until I literally pass out. I can talk all day long, right, Johnny? I can talk every minute of the day, nonstop. I don't get tired, right? So what did I do to learn how to avoid the over talking? He knows, and I'm sure he knows the answer because he works at a call center. There's a million ways to skin a cat, right? But what's the number one thing? Asking questions. The person, that's why if you didn't attend cold call training part 1, whenever I do the next one, now we're all as a big family in one app, okay? You're gonna see us posting there when the next one is. Make sure you come to the first one, because that's where we take things to the highest level, okay? The highest level of understanding what a cold call is, but it's very simple. The person asking the questions is the one controlling the conversation. So by you asking questions, and what kind of rejection would you get when you're asking them about their family? What kind of rejection would you get when you ask them, what's the worst thing that can happen? Hey, do you know anybody with it? No, I don't know anybody. All right, hey, it was nice talking to you. Next.
To avoid that, you want to try to ask open-ended questions anyway.
Right.
Questions that don't have a yes, no, good, bad,
Right.
one-word answers, because in a calling scenario, you want to get them to talk 70% of the time, and
Right.
you 30.
There you
That
go.
30 is you asking questions. So when you say, hey there, how's your family been? What have you guys been up to? Shut up,
Right.
let him start doing the talking.
You guys listening to this? We got, what was your name again?
Rob,
Rob currently works.
yeah,
Works
we're
at-
AT&T.
He works at AT&T in a call center. He gets it. Okay, the person asking the questions controls the conversation. Don't ask yes or no questions. Those are called closed-ended questions. You want open-ended questions. Okay, how have you been? Good. If someone tells you good, now they just graduated to the cold part of your list. Okay, because that means that it's very cold, right? So when you're calling and you're asking for help, you're asking questions, about them, their family, their occupation, and what they do outside of work. And then now you're creating conversation and you're letting them speak.
You also want to listen to for what's called auditory cues. So when I'm on the phone with him, I might not even know if he has any kids. He has the 2 newborns, the twins, and all of a sudden I hear babies crying. He didn't tell me he has twins, and I'm like, "Hey, you have kids now? What are their
There you go.
names?" Now I was like, "Oh, yeah, they're crying in the background."
Trust me, I think
So-
I bitched that for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I said that I've tried to help her through it, but yeah, she's being honest. She's exposing herself to the fear of rejection. Me, I don't care. I'll talk to a wall,
Right.
and I'll get information from the wall.
Right. You all have different skills that God gave you. Use whatever skill you have developed the most to your advantage. Some people are not good on the phone, but they'll be more on a video, believe it or not. Some people would rather talk to Instagram to 200,000 people,
I do.
right, than to be with your neighbor. Hey, how are you, neighbor? It is what it is. Some people are comfortable doing some things they're not. What is your ultimate objective here? To talk to as many people on a daily basis about what it is you're doing. And when you're doing this, you're not trying to sell them. You're trying to ask them who they know and let them, if they're interested, tell you. All right? All right, guys. So that pretty much wraps it up. Do you guys have any questions outside of that? How long have we been on the Zoom?
10 minutes.
I don't even know how long we've been on here, but definitely want to thank you guys all for joining on. Johnny, you already, I'm sure, dropped our contact information on there. If you guys have any questions about anything or just want to schedule a one-on-one with us, we'll be more than happy to do so. I just want to wrap it up with a couple announcements before we go. So, Vice City Lending marketing is officially done. Okay, we got a lot of marketing. one thing we're gonna be implementing to grow welcome packets. When you join on and you the analysis paralysis with all the stuff you do when you join Lifestyle, you're gonna have an ability to schedule a one-on-one with your lender. And included in that, you're gonna have a marketing packet that we have created so we can be able to help you gain a bigger audience. Okay, how do we do that? There's gonna be a flyer for Hometown Heroes. There's gonna be a flyer for foreign nationals. Okay, a lot of us that know people from outside of the country, we're gonna have a foreign nationals one. There's a lot of business in foreign nationals, guys. A lot of business. Okay, if you think it's bad in this country, okay, why in the world is there historic numbers of people coming from other countries? It's worse there, and they got money. Believe it or not, foreign nationals, we got the flyers. We got exclusive offers. What is an exclusive offer that we have on that flyer? It's gonna be, we are covering up to $600 on appraisal and $1,000 at closing for whoever's a first responder. So we're gonna have two versions of that flyer. One version is gonna be, we cover $600 up to $600 in appraisals for anybody. If they're a first responder, it's $1,600 at closing. Okay, one recommendation I give is you guys pitch into that pot too. Okay, as a realtor, say I'm gonna cover up to $350 for the inspection. So my lender, when working with me and my lender, we're gonna put $350 towards inspection, $600 towards appraisal. All right, and if you are a first responder, an additional $1,000 at closing. I kid you not, you'd be blown away how many people are literally, $2,000 away from being able to close, and they just cannot get it. They cannot get it. They maxed out their family. They already got, a gift from the family. They've maxed out every opportunity. And those $2,000 in today's market is going to make a difference. Okay. And when you're marketing these things, they're set for Instagram format for social media. You can send them via emails. When you're sending these drip campaigns, you already contacted all your hot people and all your warm. You're still working on the cold on your phone. You're cultivating these leads by sending them this marketing. It's very attractive. They're very nice. Not for nothing, but our marketing guys is absolute stuff. So, with that said, if I don't have your headshots, okay, anybody who's on here, if I don't have your headshots, do me a favor and email us, vicecitylending@gmail.com, your headshot, okay, with your contact information, please, the contact information that's on your business card, okay? Whatever up-to-date information you have, send it to us and we'll send it. And by the way, this is only for Lifestyle Relationship, okay? We work with different brokers, obviously, but this is a thing that's strictly just for Lifestyle, okay? So very important for you guys to take advantage of that. It's up to you, voluntary army, okay? We got a voluntary army. You can choose to win with us, or you can watch us win. All right. That's I heard. What was it? Rick Ross said that the other day with DJ Khaled. With DJ Khaled. So man, let me tell you, take advantage of the resources that we have available to you all. So with that said, I think that's it. I think we're good. Johnny, did you want to add anything?
Oh, we're good, man. You kill it.
All right, guys. Thank you all for joining on. Send us some emails, send us some headshots, and go out there and kill it today. Start separating your lists and downloading a CRM. Super, super important, okay? Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.